Our desire to travel and have new experiences knows no bounds. It's always good to be ahead of the curve, avoid the crowds, maybe even challenge our expectations. It's rare these days, though, to come across a new destination. Rare, but still possible. I think I've found an intriguing new winter sun destination, but I wonder how many others have heard of Ajman. If I was to say Ajman to you, would you have any clue where that was?
No idea.
No idea?
It sounds like somewhere in Russia or...
I was going to say Middle East. Siberia?
Sounds African.
Where is it?
Still guessing? Here's a few clues. Emirates can get you there from 8 different UK regional airports. Flying time is a little under 7 hours and the time difference is 4 hours ahead. And when you arrive, you can expect a temperature spike over the UK of around 20 degrees. If you've got as far as Dubai, you're almost there. Ajman is in fact in the UAE and is less than an hour's drive from Dubai. Overshadowed by its considerably more showy neighbour, in recent years Ajman has quietly been building its tourism infrastructure, which it now feels ready to reveal to British visitors. I met with Dalal Suleiman from Ajman Travel outside their office in the new marina to learn more. So tell me what you think makes Ajman unique compared to other Emirates.
Ajman is a quiet area. We have the old market here and they can feel the experience, the old life for United Arab Emirates. How is the souk, the gold souk, and Ajman is more friendly. Yes.
It feels like a more, if I can say, more genuine Emirati experience, perhaps.
Exactly, yes. You will see more Emirati here in Ajman. Dubai, it's modern, but in Ajman still you can see the heritage.
And obviously the tourism industry is already well established here. Where are most of the visitors coming from at the moment?
At the moment, we are having more visitors from Russia and Germany, and we have a new office now in UK. We will have more visitors from UK.
And what about the future for Ajman? Are there plans to become like another Dubai?
No, we are not copying Dubai or any other Emirates. We want more people to come in Ajman. We want to be unique.
Ajman is an entirely different proposition to Dubai. It will appeal to those looking for a quiet winter sun holiday, enjoying the sun, beach and hotel facilities with possibly 1 or 2 excursions rather than full-on activity. Looking to the future, there's significant development happening, though nowhere close to the same scale as Dubai. The coastal suburb of Zorah is a key focus. Attractions, bars and restaurants are steadily opening up in the marina, and this is also home to the city's championship golf course. But at the heart of Zorah is Ajman's trump card, its nature reserve, a vibrant ecosystem made up of mangroves, tidal pools and sandy beaches. It's also the seasonal home to over 80 species of birds, including flamingos. The best way to explore the mangroves is by kayak. I took a tour with Brian Parry of Quest for Adventures. So Brian, tell me about your company and what you're doing here in Zorah.
We're a very lucky company. We've been gifted the guardianship of the Zorah mangroves. Nobody's been allowed in commercially or recreationally until now. We've got a responsibility of introducing people to something that's really special, but doing it in a very sustainable way.
So obviously there's a lot of development going on in Ajman right now. What measures are being taken specifically to protect this area?
Well, the municipality are really clear within the government guidelines of what you can build and can't build. So anything that's within easy view of the mangroves can't be any more than 2 stories high, and it has to be a certain distance away from the mangroves as well. So where we are today in our forest, we wouldn't be able to see those buildings because we're in the forest and next to the water. So it'd be very clear that it's not going to spoil the view that we have.
So Brian, how long have you been out in the UAE?
At least 10 years with lots of different projects, but the passion now is with these eco projects, and they're being supported so well. There's apps from the government showing that they're part of the ecosystem. We're adding to the mangroves with plants being supplied to us. So it's a great time to be involved.
And what can people expect to see here?
The signature bird is the flamingo,
yes,
without a doubt. We've got quite a large flock here. We believe over 120 at any particular time. And then the other amazing bird that we get here is the sea eagle or the osprey. And they're really quite exciting because you can see them dive bombing the water to take the fish out. And if you're really lucky, it'll happen right in front of your kayak.
growing in this area. There are rental properties and plans for new luxury hotels in this area. But for now, the stunning Oberoi Beach Resort is the place to stay. It occupies a prime location here on this completely unspoilt stretch of beach. Literally all you can hear is the bird song and the lapping of the ocean. It's hard to believe that this is only 45 minutes away from Dubai. You could easily spend an entire trip in the Al Zorah area. But to find out more about Ajman's history, I travelled downtown to the city's museum. This 18th century fort served as the ruler's residence until 1970, before it was converted into a museum a decade later. Exhibits offer insights into Ajman's past, from centuries-old manuscripts to a recreation of a traditional market. I think this guy's had a bit too much shisha. This part of the museum covers the pearling industry that was so important here in the Arabian Gulf. But I've heard there's a more interactive way of bringing the history to life. This is normally a group activity, but we're being given the VIP treatment today with a boat all to ourselves. And I'm here with Tara. You're a guide on the Pearl Ajman, aren't you?
Yes.
Tara, tell me a little bit about how the tour works and what sort of information you're giving people.
We do some detailed activities so they have a better insight of how everything was working at that time.
Just to capture a bit of the heritage and understand more about the industry, basically.
It's a way to find out how the pearls are made, number one, and a way to find out what the oysters do for the environment. Oysters are one of the best water filters known to man, and it filters 50 gallons of water per day.
We've got a selection of oysters here in front of us.
You have to be very lucky to find one.
Really?
Yes.
I feel lucky today.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, once we open the oysters, we'll definitely find out.
I am going to plump for the biggest one.
Biggest one, biggest pearl, hopefully. Oh, yeah, man. That's to boost the luck.
Okay.
Is a superstition that we had here.
Right
Right here.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah,
Come on.
man.
Oh.
You found it the first time.
Wow. That's amazing. So beautiful, isn't it? You see the lustre on it. So have you noticed any changes with tourism in Ajman over the last few years?
When I first come here, this Al Zorah wasn't how it is right now.
Right.
It has developed so much within 2 years. People just usually come to Dubai. But now more and more people are getting to know about Ajman.
Another world-famous aspect of UAE culture is the breeding of Arabian horses. Happily, my visit coincided with the annual Ajman Arabian Horse Show, and an opportunity to visit the Equestrian Club was too good to miss. I met up with Arabian horse consultant Deirdre Hyde. What are the judges looking for today? What are the key characteristics?
Well, the judges are looking for a very balanced horse with good proportions, showing all the breed characteristics of the refined head, neat ears, the tail carriage, the flamboyance, big eyes. It's like all desert creatures. They all have this quality for originally surviving in the desert.
And you were telling me earlier you've been living in the UAE for 26 years?
26 years. I can't believe the changes, the development that's taken place. It's fantastic. They are, in a way, more the genuine thing that you come to Ajman and some of the smaller Emirates and you know this is how it was a few years ago.
Yes.
It hasn't got over-glamorized, perhaps. Ajman has always been known, in my experience, as being a particularly friendly place, particularly welcoming.
Yes.
To.
Well, we've certainly found it.
So I thoroughly recommend anybody to come.
For a real taste of local life, you can't beat this. This is the fish auction that happens down on the harbour here. Fishing boats coming in, fish straight on the slabs here where it's auctioned off. As soon as they've sold it, it's coming up this ramp, going straight to the local hotels and restaurants. The majority of 4- and 5-star beach hotels are along the Corniche, which is essentially the main tourist hub of the city. And there's development happening here too. For example, here at the end of the Corniche, there's this huge new development of shops, bars and restaurants, as much for locals as for tourists, due to open in the coming weeks. For more shopping, there are modern malls, as well as the traditional souks, specialising in gold and tailored clothing. And there are plenty of options for eating out. And you're not just restricted to eating in the hotels, there are new openings coming up all over the city. This is a fantastic, quirky restaurant, literally just over the road from the Fairmont Hotel. And of course, when you eat outside the hotels, it is going to be slightly cheaper. The only thing to be aware of, though, is it's the hotels that have the alcohol licences. Outside of that, the restaurants are dry. I wasn't sure what to expect, but it's clear Ajman and the Northern Emirates have a very distinct appeal. Ajman is well placed to carve its niche with a focus on nature, as well as culture and heritage. I was there just after the busy Christmas and New Year period, and whilst some of the hotels were full, in general, out and about, it was very quiet. The development is plain to see, but it's not intrusive and nowhere close to Dubai. For us sun-starved Brits, winter is the ideal time to visit, when the temperature is perfect for a beach holiday and some gentle sightseeing. As a quieter and considerably cheaper alternative to Dubai, Ajman may well catch on.